Hey guys, it's Katie with S&B, and today we're going to install our cold air intake kit on the 2021 and up Ram TRX. With our intake kit, you're going to get a 30.14% increase in airflow over stock while still maintaining a 99.21% efficiency. So let's get started. You're going to start by removing the engine cover, exposing the TRX eating the Raptor. Remove the 14 push rivets securing the radiator shroud to the vehicle, and then you can remove it. Remove the stock scoop bracket by removing these two screws. Remove the 6 screws securing the support bracket to the vehicle. There are 3 on both sides. Loosen the hose clamp on the stock airbox connected to the intake tube. To make it easier to remove the full airbox from the vehicle, you're just going to disengage the airbox from the intake tube. Now you can remove the stock intake from the vehicle. Remove the IAT sensor harness from the intake tube. Using a knife or a tool that can cut through this wrapped hose connected to the solenoid, you're going to need to make an incision so you can remove it. Just be careful not to cut too deep. Loosen the hose clamp on the stock intake tube. Remove the hose from the solenoid and remove the intake tube from the vehicle. Now you're going to grab your stock airbox and you're going to remove the hardware securing the lid to the airbox so you can gain access to the mounting hardware in the back. There should be 10 screws, 5 in the front, 5 in the back. Now that you have all the hardware removed, you can remove the lid, and then it's easier to get to these if you remove the air filters as well. Remove the 4 screws that are securing the support bracket to the intake. Now set aside the bracket because you're going to use it later. Using a flathead screwdriver, remove the shoulder spacer from the grommet, and then you can remove the grommet and do this on both sides. When preparing the brackets, you're going to want the bracket with the lip on the left side and then the flat on the right. Then you'll install the grommets and the shoulder spacer from underneath. Install this grommet onto the new S&B intake tube, and then you're going to remove the IAT sensor from the stock tube and install it. Just match up the tab to the back of the ramp. Install the silicone wrapped hose onto the breather connection and secure it using the provided hose clamps. Install the coupler and clamps onto the S&B intake tube. You're going to install the intake tube into the vehicle. You'll attach the silicone hose onto the solenoid and then the coupler onto the throttle body. Now you can secure down both of these hose clamps. Install the brackets onto the bottom of the airbox. The one with the bend is going to go on this side, and then secure it down using the provided hardware. The flat end will go on the other side. Install the silicone one-way valve into the bottom of the airbox. Now you're going to install the support bracket onto the S&B airbox, and you'll want to make sure you line up the mounting holes I think it's easier if you look from up top, and then using the provided hardware, you can secure it down. I just installed the hardware by hand. Now I'm going to go back in and tighten them down. Now you're going to install the silicone hood scoop seals. Now you're going to install your S&B air filter into the air box, and we found it easier to fold the flange in, and then you'll snap it into place after it's installed. This is what it'll look like when it's fully installed, and then you can reinstall the hose clamp onto the flange. Now we're going to install the S&B airbox assembly into the vehicle, and when you install it, you're going to want to mount up the support bracket hardware points. Now you're going to want to make sure that you slide the flange over the intake tube and then just tighten down the hose clamp. We loosely installed all of the hardware that we removed earlier, so the 2 on the front brackets and then the 6 for the support brackets. Now we're going to go back in and tighten them all down. Remove the protective coating from both sides of the lid. Install the lid into the silicone lid seal. After you have the clear lid fully inside of the lid seal, we supply this synthetic grease that we're just going to open and rub along the edges to make it easier to install. Using a towel, I'm just going to spread it evenly around the lid seal. Now you're going to snap your lid into place. So we found it easier if you just push the front up, hold the back while pushing forward, and work your way around. So we provide you with the new 3-piece radiator cover. So you're just going to slide the sides into place like that, and then you'll bring in the center. Now you're going to secure down the radiator cover using the supplied push rivets. Just on the top 2 right here, you'll use 2 of the factory rivets. Once all the rivets are in place, you can then reconnect the IAT sensor. All right, guys, so that is it. We are going to start it up for you so you can hear it, but if you have any questions, you just want to know more, you can always check it out on our website or give us a call, and I'll see you next time.